Welcome to On This Day in Tudor History with me, Claire Ridgway, author of On This Day in Tudor History. Now, where am I taking you today? Well, I'm taking you to the very beginning of Queen Elizabeth I's reign. For On This Day in Tudor History, Thursday, the 12th of January, 1559, Queen Elizabeth I travelled by barge from Whitehall to the Tower of London to prepare for her coronation, which was scheduled for the 15th of January, an auspicious date chosen by her astrologer and advisor, John Dee. The Venetian ambassador gave an account of Elizabeth's journey along the River Thames. Her Majesty, being pleased to follow the example of her ancestors about the coronation, determined to have it performed on the 15th of January of this year, 1559. So she left her palace of Whitehall on Thursday the 12th to go to the Tower by water. The necessary ships, galleys, brigantines, etc. were prepared as sumptuously as possible to accompany Her Majesty and her court thither by the Thames, which reminded me of Ascension Day at Venice, when the Signori go to espouse the sea. At 2 p.m, the flood tide then serving to pass under London Bridge, Her Majesty, accompanied by many knights, barons, ladies, and by the whole court, passing through the private corridor, embarked in her barge, which was covered with its usual tapestries, both externally and internally, and was towed by a long galley rowed by 40 men in their shirts, with a band of music, as usual when the Queen goes by water. Her Majesty having passed the bridge in sight of the Tower, some pieces of artillery were fired. She landed at the private stairs and, entering by a little bridge, was seen but by very few persons. Another contemporary account can be found in Raphael Holinshed's Chronicles. On Thursday, the 12th of January, the Queen removeth from her palace of Westminster by water unto the Tower of London, the Lord Mayor and Aldermen in their barge, and all the citizens with their barges decked and trimmed with targets and banners of their mysteries, accordingly attending on her grace. The bachelor's barge of the Lord Mayor's company, to wit, the mercers had their barge with a foist trimmed with 3 tops and artillery aboard, gallantly appointed to wait upon them, shooting off lustily as they went, with great and pleasant melody of instruments, which played in most sweet and heavenly manner. Her Grace shut the bridge about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, at the still of the ebb, the Lord Mayor and the rest following after her barge, attending the same, till Her Majesty took land at the Privy Stairs at the Tower Wharf. And then the said Lord Mayor, with the other barges, returned, passing through the bridge again with the flood, and landed at the wharf of the 3 Cranes in the Vintry. By the way, the Vintry was a large wine store located in the City of London. As was traditional during coronation celebrations, on the following day, the 13th of January, at the Tower of London, Elizabeth I created 11 Knights of the Bath. John Darcy, 2nd Lord Darcy of the North, John Sheffield, 2nd Lord Sheffield of Butterwick, John Darcy, 2nd Lord Darcy of Church, Robert Rich, Roger North, John de la Zouche of Zouche, Nicholas Points, John Berkeley, Edward Unton, Henry Weston, and George Speke. Her coronation procession through the streets of London from the Tower to Westminster took place on the 14th of January 1559, and then she was crowned on the 15th. I'll give you links to last year's videos on her coronation procession and her coronation. But also on this day in Tudor history, the 12th of January 1510, Henry VIII jousted for the first time as king. He and his good friend William Compton jousted in disguise, and there was panic when one of them was injured. Find out all about that in last year's video, which I'll give you a link to in the description. Thank you for joining me. You can subscribe to this channel by clicking round about there. You can hit the bell to be notified as these videos go live, which is of course on a daily basis. And you can of course give me a like and leave a comment. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.